So just to show you some of the things we find in some of the older properties which may be of interest, is here we've got a slate roof over a external porch. As you can see, it's been painted over by tar or bitumen as a means of preserving the life of the roof. It's obviously been leaking in the past. And so that's something we find. You'll notice as well that the pointing to the lead flashing along the wall, which seals it against the brickwork. The mortar has come out of the joint, which means that the flashing will slowly lift further and further away, and eventually the seal between the wall will be lost. Some of the problems that builders have in marrying the old materials to new materials. We have an existing cast iron dam pipe, which is quite expensive to replace, so in the end, and as it's still fit for purpose, it's been kept. And as you can see at the top there, I've tried to marry in a new plastic gutter. The gutter, because of the limited supports they've got to the brickwork, is probably leaning a little bit towards the front, and so they've added an additional piece of guttering along the top to try and keep the rainwater from spilling over. Though this solution may function, it clearly is not the most attractive of solutions, and we'd recommend in this case that the roof will find a correct and proper solution from the range of modern plastic guttering fittings and fixtures that are available. Okay, as we all know that the laminate flooring has been very popular most recently, but you can see one of the possible disadvantages of it here, where not enough expansion space has been allowed to the side of the floor for it to expand and contract, and so therefore it's bowed up. Secondly, I'd point out that these type of finishes completely seal and cover the floor, so that we're unable to see the condition of the floorboards underneath. And sometimes we will advise that this is taken up so that the underlying timber floor can be inspected more closely. Dampness is clearly a common problem in older properties. We use a damp meter to actually carry out quite a detailed examination to determine, first of all, where the damp exists and possibly where the cause of it. So we will take, quite typically, as you can see here, a high damp meter reading which is at low level. We'll then take a further lead reading as we go up the wall, and as we see the dampness diminishes. In this case, it would indicate that the source of the dampness is coming up from a malfunctioning DPC. Another problem, usually associated with the cheaper end of the double glazed units, the two pieces of glass are sealed with, and the cavity is filled with an inert gas. If that seal goes and then ordinary air is allowed to get in, that as the moisture and temperature changes occur during the normal cycle of every day, there is a chance for the moisture within the air to condense on the inner surfaces of the glass, and that's exactly what we have here.